Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jowins Fashion Ville. Today I'll be explaining to you guys how I made a layered sleeve. It's a very easy sleeve to recreate and you can make as many layers as possible, okay? I'll be using a freehand pattern for this illustration. So guys, if this is what you're looking for, kindly watch this video to the end, like, and don't forget to subscribe. So guys, let's get started. So guys, I'll quickly draft and cut out the sleeve on this piece of fabric, and then we'll quickly move over to the major part of this tutorial, which is drafting and cutting the layers on the sleeve, okay? When we're learning how to make a layered sleeve, it's also important to note that you need to understand the basics, which is learning how to draft a basic sleeve. Okay, so this is basically a freehand method. So for those who prefer the freehand method, you could watch me while I draft this. But if you prefer to learn on a pattern paper, have detailed information on how to draft a basic sleeve on a pattern paper, you could check out my tutorial on it. It could be very helpful to you, okay, to understand the process of creating or making a basic sleeve on a pattern paper, okay. I'll be dropping the link so you can check it out on in the description box. It's going to really help you guys a lot, okay. So guys, we're drafting of the sleeve, and this is what we have. You can see a basic sleeve on the pattern paper. Okay, so this is just an illustration. That is why I drafted just one. You can go ahead and draft two if you know you want to attach it to a dress. Okay, so what I'll basically do is to use my measuring tape to determine the number of layers I want to make on the sleeve. The number of layers, okay, it's a flare sleeve on it's a circle flare sleeve we're trying to create. So I'll determine the number of layers I want to place this flare sleeve on. Okay, so I went ahead to divide the length of this sleeve by 6 rather. So dividing it by 6 gave me 3 inches, since the total length of the sleeve is 18 inches. But first of all, you have to have in mind that you determine the length of your sleeve first. So the length of my sleeve is 21 inches, and then I subtracted 5 inches from the total length. Okay, so that 5 inches will be replaced with a flare. Okay, so right here on my table I have 18 inches. Okay, and then the remaining part will be attached with a flare. Okay, so having divided it, I created 6 lines on that sleeve, because 18 divided by 6 is 3 inches. So 3 inches gave me 6 lines. Okay, so right now I'm trying to create the flare. So I placed this piece of fabric on a fold like this, as you can see me doing. Okay, so we're having 4 folds here, and then I'll go ahead to determine the radius of the flare. Okay, so right now I'm trying to know to find out the length of this fold, okay, round. Okay, so what I'll simply do next is to determine the length of the hemline of my sleeve, okay, to help me determine the radius I will create. So the hemline of my sleeve is 13 inches. So 13 divided by 6.28, which is the formula for a full circle flare, give me approximately 2 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark 2 inches there. Okay, so this is the radius. Okay, so having done that, I'll go ahead and determine the length of the flare from that point. Okay, so bear in mind that I can't do less than 3 inches, because that is the length I marked on the sleeve. If I go below 3 inches, that means it won't be good at all. So I went above the measurement I marked, which is 3 inches. So I measured 5 inches. You could do 4 inches, but for me I did 5 inches, and 5 inches was good for me. Okay, so you could also do beyond 5. You could do 5 or 6 or 7, so it depends on what you want or how long you want your flare. So I went ahead to cut out the flare I drafted on this piece of fabric. So guys, I'll simply open this up for us to see. Okay. Yeah, so this is what we have here. Okay. So this is the flare I'll be attaching to the sleeve. Okay. So what I'll basically do is to simply attach this to the hemline. Remember that I said that I subtracted 5 inches from the length. Okay, so firstly I will attach this to the length to make up for the 5 inches I reduced. So in total we're having our 23 inches, because 18 plus 5 is 23 inches. So in total we're having the full length of the sleeve, which is 23 inches. So I'll go ahead and cut this flare into 7. So I have one at the base, and then upwards I have like 6 more because I'll be attaching at the armhole curve. Okay, so this is the number of flare that I drafted. Okay, with the same radius, 5 inches. Okay, so you could do 5.5. Okay, for the one at the base, since you'll be joining there, but 5 inches is also good. I think the difference is not much, so I'll go ahead and place this like this, and then I'll take this to my sewing machine. I'll run a stitch, and then I'll flip it backwards, and then we'll have our sleeve looking this way. Okay, so the next thing I will do, okay, is on the next layer, the next 3 inches layer, I'll place this. You can see that it's overlapping the first one. Okay, because it is more than the line. The lines I drafted is 3 inches, and the length of the flare is 5 inches. Okay, so I'll just simply place this other flare on the next 3 inches line. Okay, so guys, this is what we have, and you can see is overlapping. Okay, so I'll do this continuously till I get to the armhole curve. So the total number of flares I have here is 7, even though I divided the total number of the sleeve by 6, and I got 3 inches interval, but because I'll be including the armhole curve, so it kind of gave me a total number of 7 flares. Okay, so right now I'm just giving us a picture of what it will look like after placing the flare on the sleeve. So I'll take this over to my sewing machine, and then I will top stitch this. Okay, so the ones placed on the sleeve, I'll top stitch it, and then I'll bring it back. So as you can see, this is what the sleeve looks like after top stitching, after joining it. So and then this is the back. So I'll go ahead to trim out the excesses we'll have on the sides. Okay, as you can see me doing. Okay, so this is the excess, and then I'll also trim out the excess on the other side as well. So if you have an overlocker, you can go ahead to overlock these sides, or you can do a lock and sew. Okay, so guys, having done this, what I'll simply do is to close the sides. Okay, so as you can see, this is what we have here. Okay, so I'll simply just fold it this way. Just simply watch me. I'm sure you understand. And if you have any questions, please, I'll be in the comment section to address it. Okay, so what I simply did here is to just place it this way to enable me close the side. So like I highlighted earlier, you can do a lock and sew, or you can just run a straight stitch, and then you can overlock. Okay, so I'll simply take this over to my sewing machine, and then I'll run a stitch to close up the sides, but ensure that you actually place it very well. Okay, and then you run your stitch. So I'll do this, and then I'll bring it for us to see. So guys, this is the final look of the sleeve. I had to attach it to a mini top on the mannequin so that we can take a very good look of what the sleeve looks like after the whole process. Okay, so guys, if you find this video so helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button, and then subscribe to our channel to keep the channel going. Okay, so I'll see you in my next video. So remain blessed and have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.